Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark from the United States.
Hello everyone. Before we start the video, I gotta come clean. I've actually seen a video last year on Sheffield. As you're going to see, I watched this whole video and I didn't remember any of it. I couldn't remember that nothing had popped out and going, hey, I think I've seen this before. No, none of it. So weird. And then at the end, after I had already stopped watching, and I just sat back and I started thinking, wait a minute, I think I did watch a video. And yeah, sure enough, with JJ Ashra last year. But there is slight differences. So I encourage you to still watch it and support Magic Geekdom, please. It's going to have two different perspectives. I'll link the previous one at the end, so you can go and check out. They're from England, Magic Geekdom's from here in the States, or it's going to be two different looks. So that's going to be interesting to go back and kind of see the differences, but they do cover some of the same places. I can't believe I didn't dawn on me. Anyway, wild. Enjoy the video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mark from the States. How are we doing today? I am doing fantastic. I hope you are as well. Good one today. It's always a good day when I get to hang out virtually, not really with the good people of Magic Geekdom. Kara and Jeremy, they're such wonderful humans. I'm so grateful for them, and I love when their videos get requested. This is a video they did a couple months ago, I believe. It's on the UK's most underrated city, ? Sheffield. I just enjoy their look. They have such, what I love about them is their wonder, their state of wonder, and just enjoyment, and just the love they have of being in the UK, and so it's very enjoyable to watch them experience things for the first time, which allows me to experience them for the first time, and they're just good people, so there's always that. We did an interview with them. I don't know if you knew that, an actual interview. I need to get back to doing some more interviews too. I'm trying to get one together with the history chap. Wouldn't that be fun? He's just super, super busy. And, you know, I'm busy too. I mean, anyway, yeah, Karen, Jeremy, we did an interview. So go back, go back to the channel, and you can search for the interview we did. It was a while ago. Wonderful people. But today we're going to look at Sheffield. And is it the UK's most underrated city? I look forward to a lot of you responding to this and giving me some insights. Of course, as you know, I learn from the video we watch, but I learn a good bulk from all of you afterwards in email or in the comments. So I look forward to that, and thank you in advance for contributing to the conversation. Yes, 2 links below, as always, one to their wonderful channel and one to this video. So I encourage you to go watch it first and then come back, and this way you can feed me the information that I'm going to inevitably miss, right? Okay. Big fake couch right here next to me. I apologize that my chair squeaks. I've been noticing that in videos, and when I go back and watch, I'm like, God, I gotta get a new chair. It's little things I'm just adding as we go. This is so professional, such a professional deal we got here on our channel. Let me tell you. So I appreciate you putting up with that. Hopefully it's not one of the instances where you didn't notice it before and now you're going to notice it. That happens to me all the time. But anyway, I'm sorry for that. Come sit with me. Let's learn something today. Let's revisit something that for some of you who know very well, it's the city of Sheffield. And is it underrated? I don't know. Let's take a look.
Today we're exploring Sheffield, a city known for its steelmaking history. I think having 2 universities, it's a big uni city, and maybe my favorite part, known for a lot of great bands coming from here. Bands like Arctic Monkeys, Def Leppard,
Yes.
Human League, my personal favorite, Pulp.
yeah.
I'm so excited
Love
to
it.
explore this city. Already since we got here, I just think some of the architecture is some of the most beautiful that we've seen. Like right here, this town hall behind me, it's just this beautiful Victorian
is
building. It's fantastic looking. There's a little Christmas market happening while we're here that really like lights up the area and just makes it look so precious. Is precious a weird word to describe
Maybe.
it? I don't know, but it is. It's charming. Let's go with
Charming's
charming.
better.
We found a green police box. This sign here says it is the sole survivor of 120 boxes that once were around the city. And I'm kind of surprised it's green. So I looked it up, and apparently us Americans are just used to seeing blue ones because of the TARDIS, I guess.
TARDIS.
Different cities had different colors,
Doctor
and
Who.
Sheffield's must have been green. You know what else is interesting?
What's that?
It's a grade 2 listed building.
Oh, okay.
I
phone
think
box?
what's funny to me about that is we saw a phone box the other day that said that they were preserving it for future generations, and I just think we would never do that in the U.S.
No.
Could you imagine like a Bill and Ted 80s phone booth being preserved for future generations?
I mean, maybe if it was actually in Bill and Ted, but aside from that, no.
You guys just like preserving things so much better than we do, and I appreciate that. His sign says that
Though to point out, there are still some working old phone boxes here, phone booths we call them. You'll see them every so often, that I think are still working. Nothing here locally. They've all been ripped out. And every so often you'll see just the shell still sitting there. The actual booth, the phone has been ripped out. And it's just graffiti, and they're just nasty looking, the things that happen inside those places. You know what I'm talking about. I've heard stories about some of the older boxes where you're from too. It's just why people need to destroy those things. But anywho, I love this. I love the fact that it is grade 2. This police box is the sole survivor of 120 which served the Sheffield City Police and the community for nearly 40 years. I think that's so incredible. Resided on police beats all over this is a police box, so not a phone box per se. Boxes were visited by patrolling officers at hourly intervals when information was passed by phone between patrolling officers. A blue electric lamp controlled from the local police station was located on the top of each box and used to indicate that there was an important message to be passed out. It's so wild. Although small in size, approximately 5 feet square, the boxes were used by 1 and often 2 patrolling officers for meal breaks, usually sandwiches and a flask of tea. Was it tea? And for report writing and recording messages for other patrolling. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. Occasionally, boxes served as a temporary lockup. Lockup for anyone who had been arrested and was awaiting transport. They remained in regular use until the 1960s when modern policing. Yeah, this is so cool. This is so cool. This is great.
not only did it have a phone in there and they could call the station from this box, but that they would eat lunch in there. They'd eat sandwiches and stuff. That's pretty fun. The sign says that they also enjoyed eating lunches and meals in there as a break. Fun fact.
That is nice.
That is an awesome one. And of course,
This area outside of
Christmas
Town Hall is
markets.
called the Peace Gardens. looks a bit different than we've seen in photos.
Yeah, we watched a few videos and seen some photos. Didn't have Christmas ornaments all over it and the dusting of snow, but it's pretty nice.
It's peaceful. The water rushing behind us.
Jeremy.
It's very festive and peaceful. We've made it to the Winter Garden, which is one of Europe's largest indoor urban glass houses. Looks like it has a bunch of lovely plants and things that are going year-round because it is enclosed. Let's go check it out.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Even knowing that this was enclosed and warm, I wasn't expecting to see palm trees in Sheffield.
Yeah. It is nice how nice and warm it is in here, though.
Yeah, it's very pleasant.
It shouldn't surprise me that there are so many things in bloom in here, but it did. It's really neat. It is, basically winter at this point, and there are all kinds of flowers in bloom here. It's lovely. Nice tropical mixture of things. Yeah, the structure of the building
gonna
itself
say.
is really, really neat.
I really enjoyed the architecture of that greenhouse. That was really kind of cool. And I can't say I get excited over seeing plants and that sort of thing, but I could certainly appreciate the beauty of the architecture. The building that they showed earlier, that was pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm still kind of loving that foam police box and everything that they used to use it for. That's so cool.
Connected to the Winter Garden is the Millennium Gallery, also free, so we decided to wander through it.
And we knew about the metalwork here, but I don't think we realized how much knives were a part of that, because they're all over these displays.
Let me read that, shall we? Do I need to go back so I can read the whole thing?
Because they're all over these displays.
As Sheffield's industry grew in the 1700s, each stage of making an object began to be done by different people. Most worked for small family businesses that trained apprentices in particular skills. Making a single piece involved dozens of stages, including shaping metal, adding decoration, and finishing touches, marketing to the public. Today, Sheffield's light metal trades are still a part of a web of commercial relationships and involve specialists, craftspeople combining traditional hand-making skills with modern technology. Nice.
It's not a huge gallery. It's a relatively quick scroll to go through it, but I think it's worth your time if you are interested.
Are you ready to try a staple of Sheffield?
I think I am.
When I was researching what we should eat while we're here in Sheffield, there seemed to be two main things that came up. A lot of food halls, which Sheffield seems to have plenty of, and a famous pork sandwich served here at a place called Barry's. Barry's? I don't know, I feel like my American accent is not saying that right. This place was started in the 60s by a Hungarian immigrant and his wife as a butcher shop, and now they primarily, I think, are known for their pork sandwiches and kind of hot foods. We, of course, got ourselves a pork sandwich, the famous thing. I heard her calling out the things she was adding. So it's pork, stuffing, crackling, and a little dripping.
Ham and dripping.
Okay.
Because I think there's like a roast pork and a ham on it.
Okay. Jeremy's gonna do us the honors. When we were done ordering and the woman said, "See you tomorrow," she wasn't inaccurate.
She might not be wrong. I would eat that again. Stuffing is very savory. I think maybe it's the drippings is a little, maybe salty. I don't know. There's some crunch from crackling, which is maybe not Kara's favorite, but I think you'll be okay with it in the mixture of everything. And yeah, the ham and pork. I'm not even the hugest ham fan, but when it's done right, I do like it, and that's done right. That's really good.
So I'm gonna just take a little look-see. Oh, it's got applesauce on it too.
It does, yeah.
I think I forgot to mention that
I
earlier.
think I forgot to mention it too.
So yeah, it's got dripping, applesauce, pork crackling, stuffing, roast, and you said roast and ham, or did she just call the roast ham?
Maybe she did that. I'm not sure. It's really nice, huh? It's like a little pork dinner, like on a roll.
It's so good. I don't know if it's the stuffing, but it tastes like Thanksgiving, and I love it. I am not a fan of pork crackling when I've tried it on its own, but on this, it gives it a nice little crunch. It's really nice. Really nice. I can understand why this is a staple of Sheffield, because this is fantastic. Do you call it a barm here? A roll? What do you call it these here? I feel like they're different in different parts, but the bread is really soft and nice, but then the juices and the things that she's put on it have given it kind of like a sogginess that's really nice, that the crackling counteracts and gives like a crunch. It's got a lot of textures happening, and I like it. The gentleman in line noticed that we were American and told us what we had to try was the pork dripping. And he said he just buys a big container of it and he has it with bread. But they actually made us a little sandwich, or a little, like they made us a smaller portion on one of their rolls so that we can try it.
Looks like it's called a dripping cake.
A dripping cake, okay. Dripping cake, that makes sense. All right, pork dripping cake.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It tastes like a pork gravy kind of on bread.
Okay.
And yeah, it's savory and nice.
Salty. She said most people like salt on it, so she salted it for us.
It is a little salty, but not too much. I think it's pretty nice overall, honestly.
I wasn't expecting this to be cold. For some reason, I thought it would be like a hot dripping item, but
You wonder if you can have it hot, I'm sure.
I can understand why the guy in line in front of us recommended this, because it is kind of like having like butter with bread, which is just a thing that I enjoy. I'll just eat a piece of bread with some butter on it. But it's got a lot more like meaty flavor and savoriness happening in it, but it also just kind of is like a butter. It's like a meat butter.
Yeah,
and
kind
it's
of.
good. I like it.
Oh.
And because Jeremy hasn't had a proper sausage roll since we've been here yet,
I had a Greg's at the airport, but
Wow.
this seems a little fancier.
I want to try one.
how's your sausage roll?
It's really flaky on the outside. The inside is got a nice, like, savory, I think, kind of sagey flavor. And yeah, that is, sorry, Greg's. I think that's better than their Greg's.
I would assume so. They're known for their pork products. Okay, I'll try your sausage roll. I think based on the experience of everything here, I was expecting the sausage to be nice, but what I wasn't expecting was how flaky and nice
The pastry is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. Oh my gosh, this place is a 10. This place is fantastic. And I can 100% see why it is so popular here and so loved. And maybe the woman who told us when we were checking out that she'd see us tomorrow, maybe
She
she
might.
was onto something.
If you're enjoying the video, give
Or
it a
she's
like
gonna
and
watch your
subscribe
video.
if you're not. It's an easy way to keep up with the channel, and it really helps us
hopefully
out.
she-
Thank you.
Statue here about the women of steel.
Nice.
Didn't know that England had their own version of Rosita the Riveter.
Riveter.
Riveting.
Riveting. You would.
It was bad.
Whenever we visit a city and there's a university there and they have a YouTube channel where they make videos about that place, we tend to watch those because it's students making videos about the place that they live. And that's how we found out that we needed to visit Division Street here. The University of Sheffield said that this is a cool hip area for shops and independent stores and things. And hopefully we can find a record shop, because I know that's up Jeremy's alley. I may have also had an ulterior motive, because these flats right here are where Jarvis Cocker in 1985 fell and broke his pelvis, and I thought that was an interesting story. I found it on a music map website of Sheffield called Sheffield Music Map, and they said Flockton Court is where Russell Sr. used to rent a flat above a shop. I see what they did there. And it was from one of these windows that Jarvis accidentally fell in November 1985 while trying to impress a girl with a Spider-Man impression. He fractured his pelvis and he broke, I think, his wrist and like multiple bones. So kind of an intense moment in pulp music history. But yeah, apparently this is where Jarvis Cocker fell out of a building and broke a bunch of bones. Hitting all the good spots in Sheffield, like the Winter Garden, and where Jarvis Cocker fell out of a window.
They're both important in their own way.
We've already found some cool shops, including what might be our favorite yet.
The gravel pit?
Yes. We were just speaking with the guy running Gravel Pit, that shop, and we were talking about how music is a big thing here, but there's not really a music tour. And there is this website that I found that has cool spots that you can check out, but someone needs to start a music tour of Sheffield. So if you know a lot about the music here, if you're in Sheffield, you should definitely start a music tour. You're welcome. New business.
I think they should do a music thing. I mean, I think Liverpool's probably got is what's known for the music scene and the history, of course. But it sounds like Sheffield's got some roots as well. So yeah, I'm all for that.
Some of the stores that are just so different from anything I've seen. Like this one has a whole bunch of dried flowers all over. It smells wonderful. All of the shop owners are so lovely. I really like this neighborhood. I like Division Street a lot. You did it. You found a record shop.
I did find a record shop.
Proud of you. I didn't know they were going to have all the t-shirts I wanted. I mean, I've never skateboarded, but
Division Street was very, very cool. And like most times when we find a cool little shopping area, we probably spent too much time there.
Yeah, right.
But now I think we're gonna head to the cathedral.
I just noticed that this building right here is City Hall. I thought earlier that Town Hall seemed interesting since this is a city, but must be that it was built before this became a city. It must have been still a town when it became Town Hall. Interesting that there are both of them here. We had intended to visit the inside of the Sheffield Cathedral. However, it looks like a graduation ceremony is happening, so I don't know that we're going to get in there today.
Beautiful.
But it is a beautiful Gothic cathedral.
Absolutely.
It might not be as imposing as some of the larger cathedrals that we visited, but it is very beautiful, and I guess at least parts of it date back to the 1300s, although most of what we see today is from Victorian renovations. We could also pop into the St. Mary's
Catholic cathedral.
Yes, that was it. And it was also very beautiful and a very interesting ceiling inside.
Yeah.
Painted a very
Blue.
bright color, and then there's a different section that also was very ornate looking. Another
Very pretty, yeah.
pretty building worth checking out. Sheffield is certainly quite hilly, isn't it? Combination of steep hill and wet stone is not a good one. Got to be very careful. Now, I don't know much about snooker, but I think that's one of the big places that they do it, right? In addition to being a general venue,
Oh.
right? I don't know.
Is that where snooker is played?
I think so.
Championships or something like that?
I'm not sure. I just remember seeing like that's a snooker thing.
Oh, okay.
I think someone that knows
Not
better
doubting
than
you.
us can tell us. I just looked it up. So yes, the Crucible is an iconic venue for snooker. Apparently one of the biggest tournaments in the world takes place there and has since I think it said 1977. So yeah, cool. And I think Pulp have played there too. I don't know. This will be the Pulp tour of Sheffield. One thing
Can't say I ever got into snooker. I enjoy a game of pool just as much as the next person, but snooker, I don't know if I really understand it, but I know it's real popular, at least over where you're from. And it's broadcast on TV and all that stuff. It's hard to find any sort of billiards that's on TV. It is, but you really got to look for it, and it's kind of obscure times and obscure channels. But I do know the snooker is real popular. It's like darts. You know, we would put them in the same category over here as kind of like it's more of a bar activity when you're in a pub or a bar. You're doing that while you're drinking and listening to music. But to have actual like full-on professionals doing it, it's just kind of, we know it's there. It's just not popular, I should say, here as a professional sport, I guess. I don't know.
The thing I like about Sheffield is just how many layers there are. I feel like it's a little valley amongst a bunch of hills. You can see some hills up over that way. Adds a lot of layers and depth to the city.
Yeah, that is true. Those are pretty great,
Those are really cool.
and I sort of want them for our house.
It's kind of ridiculous how giddy I was about seeing those, but they're really cool.
They're very cool.
They're on the side of a studio, which I think makes sense. I don't know. They're pretty cool, though. So not only did one of the shop owners recommend this pub called the Fat Cat to us, but around the side of it has a Jarvis Cocker mural, and that just checks, I think, every box of the things that I definitely wanted to see here in Sheffield. It's great, and now we're gonna go have a drink. Soon as we're done ice skating through the car park. Oh, it's so toasty in here.
It is.
You got me a house ale and you got yourself what?
A mango cider.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. That's
good.
very pleasant. Yeah, that's very nice.
Great beer, great vibes, cozy little fire. It was great. Didn't want to film too much in there. It was pretty crowded, but we had a good time, and now it's time for the next thing we're doing, which is a museum. I was kind of feeling like maybe we were the Americans that were doing this wrong, but then we just passed some people that were also having a slippery time. Be careful.
I'm gonna back out of your way. And
Okay,
there's a big icy spot.
Anyway, I think we got through the bulk of it.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Kelham Island Museum.
Okay, let's do this.
Wow,
I'm gonna stay over here.
Really gotta watch where you go.
I'm really excited to visit Kelham Island Museum because it seems like a pretty cool museum. And that feels appropriate because I feel like Kelham Island itself is very cool. It has this industrial heritage, but also you can see these new, it's kind of like a new trendy neighborhood where you can see they've kind of rebuilt or like built new modern things on top of old existing factories and things. It's just a really
I love that.
cool area, and I'm excited to check out the museum because it seems like a top thing to do here in Sheffield.
I gotta go back.
Because it seems like a
Sorry. Gosh dang it. So
cool
bad.
area, and I'm excited to check out the museum.
Look at that. So is that part of the steel, metal? Is that a big giant like melter or whatever they're called? Kelham Island Museum. That thing. Look at that thing. Holy moly. That's wild.
Museum because it seems like a top thing to do here in Sheffield.
Oh, I'm digging this place.
This museum really showcases a lot of the industrial history of Sheffield, including the steel making, looks like a lot of their cutlery making. And one of the things I was really looking forward to seeing here was the River Dawn engine. And while it is very magnificent and cool, it's unfortunately not running today. This steam engine that was once used in steamrolling is one of the most powerful working steam engines that's still remaining in Europe. Maybe we'll just have to come back so we can see it in action one day. This thing is so massive. I bet it's pretty amazing to see when it's running.
No.
That is really sad. The other thing we wanted to see was a really cool knife.
It has like 100 blades or something ridiculous on it. But I think that's where it goes.
This is a spot because it's the Sheffield year knife.
Not even 100. 2,071 blades.
1,071 blades. And I really wanted to ask you how you felt in the presence of the knife with the most blades in the world, but we will never know.
We won't.
We have to definitely come back now.
How are you fitting all those blades? Oh yeah. Yeah, that seemed like a cool place.
I think another nickname for Sheffield is that it's one of the greenest cities in the world, or it's a green city. We haven't experienced that as much yet, but it's very peaceful where we are right here. I just love the kind of mix of old and new and kind of regenerated. This is a really cool area. I think Jeremy and I have been talking about, I mean, there are a lot of places in the UK that we would live, but I think Sheffield is one of the ones in the top end of the list. It just has a great vibe, and I'm sure that Kelham Island is not a cheap place to live, but it would be a nice place to live. Just saying.
You can't leave us.
Did we just find our new local pub?
Maybe.
We couldn't come to Sheffield and not try one of the food halls, and so we chose the one that seems to get the most praise and is known for being the largest independent food hall in Northern England, and that is Cutlery Works, which seems appropriate because I think this used to be a cutlery factory. I wonder if the coolest knife ever made that we didn't get to see today was made here.
Maybe.
Either way, cool knives were made here.
I have to say the food hall concept is never really like a big thing here, but I do see more and more of them. So I'm wondering if it is catching on here. Of course, we have like a version of it in malls all the time. There's just, and of course the casinos in Vegas they're starting to have food halls more prominently. But I see there's a couple places here near me that are opening up to more of a food hall kind of thing where you have a bunch of different choices. I like it. They serve booze too, so that's nice. I don't oppose them whatsoever, but definitely would want to go hang out in one. Wouldn't have a problem with that at all.
With two floors of options, I would say it was pretty hard to choose.
It was. Everything looked and smelled really good. I went for some Vietnamese.
You got some kind of crispy fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
The special, one
Rice.
of the chef's specials.
And a little bit of salad.
Looks good. It smells fantastic, and it looks pretty crunchy from here.
Yeah, it smells really good. That's really nice. Crispy, a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. Kind of has a peanutty taste to me, but yeah, it's very nice.
And I went to the Afro-Caribbean fusion place and got a vegan burrito that has rice, beans, and curry in it, and apparently comes with chips. I didn't know. That's a pleasant surprise.
And they look like they're nice and fresh chips, too.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the chips are seasoned with, but they're really tasty. They have a nice seasoning on them. I have not tried my burrito yet, though, my wrap. Oh, that has really nice flavor. Yeah, it's a yellow curry, but it's different. And it's actually got quite a bit of heat to it. Yeah, it's really good flavor. Now that we've spent the day exploring Sheffield, what do you think, Jer?
I really enjoyed it here. I think it kind of gave me vibes of Portland back home and maybe Bristol that we visited earlier in this trip. I just thought it was a really cool city.
I completely agree. I came for the Jarvis Cocker murals and things like that, but what I didn't expect was that I would really, really enjoy it and consider it a very good place that maybe we would, I mean, we always say we want to live somewhere, but it just seems like a cool locals vibe. And I would definitely love to explore more. We were planning to do the Peak District and decided maybe this isn't the best time of year for that. So definitely give us your recommendations for the next time that we come back. Definitely need your recommendations for when we visit the Peak District inevitably, because we will at some point.
Thank you for watching. Thank you to our patrons for always supporting the channel. And I was talking about Bristol earlier. I think you should go watch that video. We had a great time there. It's going to be right here.
Thank you, Kara and Jeremy. I appreciate all that you do. I really do. Sheffield, yeah, it does look like a fun city. It looks like a young. They're a lot younger than I am. Looks like a young city. Just it has that vibe, being a university town. I guess there's a couple. Several universities there. It just has that vibe of it being. I wonder if it's like more family geared, more family, or is it for the young professional, that sort of thing. But yeah, very cool. I would love to go to see that museum. That showed about the history of the metalworking, metalworks, and all that stuff. That looks fascinating. I enjoyed the architecture of some of the cathedrals and the town hall and all that stuff. And of course, the pubs are always wonderful. And it seems like a really like hip, like I said, a young, kind of young professional, younger person kind of town. It does seem like it has a real rich music history. So I love Def Leppard. She loves Pulp. I don't think I'm too familiar with them. Def Leppard, who are amazing live. I've seen them, was it 3 times now? They are amazing live. Even now, still put on a great show. But yeah, interesting. It's not. It's certainly when people tell me, "Oh, you got to come here. You got to come here." Sheffield's rarely mentioned. So it was interesting to get a chance to get a look at what a day would be like there. And I love that they have a Christmas market at the holidays. So wonderful. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. If you live there, if you live near there, you've been there, you go there, whatever, let me know. And let me know what they didn't have time. I mean, it obviously is a place that you need to spend more than just the one day if you really want to see things, right? So we take into consideration that they can only spend so much time there filming and whatnot. And I want to say thank you to them. But if you have any relationship with the city of Sheffield, whether you live there or visited there or whatever, let me know and throw in a couple more facts that wasn't presented in the video. I appreciate it. Hope everybody's doing great. Please go and support Magic Geekdom. They are in the description, the links to their channel and to the video. They're wonderful human beings, and they love going to the UK, and they're there a lot. They go back all the time. So if there was anybody who I think would move there, it would be them for sure. I would be sorry for them to go, to see them go, but they have been over to your wonderful part of the world many times, so I can see it. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one. Yeah? Okay. Take care. Bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark.